And now, a CBS special presentation. Join Whoopi Goldberg and live performances from Broadway's best on the Tony Awards next.
Step into the sun. There is more to see than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done. There is far too much to take in here, more to find than can ever be found. But the sun rolling high through the sapphire sky keeps great and small on the endless round.
They said put a costume on. They said Disney. I put on the crab. I'm really sorry. So I'm gonna go change my crab up. So why don't y'all just roll the opening and I'll be back, okay? Cool? Roll the opening.
Radio City Music Hall. It's the American Theater Wing's 62nd Annual Tony Awards. Presented by the Broadway League. and the American Theater Wing. Starring Whoopi Goldberg, with appearances by Liza Minnelli, Alec Baldwin, Kristen Chenoweth, David Hyde Pierce, Laura Linney, Daniel Radcliffe, Mary Louise Parker, Harry Connick Jr., Glenn Close, John Lithgow, Marissa Tomei, Lawrence Fishburne, Brooke Shields, Richard Griffiths, Mandy Patinkin, Julie Chen, Gabriel Byrne, Lily Tomlin, John Waters, Adam Duritz, Jack Klugman, Barry Bostwick, Duncan Sheik. Performances from the nominees for Best Musical: Cry Baby, Passing Strange, In the Heights, Xanadu. And the nominees for Best Revival of a Musical: Gypsy, South Pacific, Grease, Sunday in the Park with George. And musical highlights from The Little Mermaid, A Catered Affair, and the new Mel Brooks musical Young Frankenstein, plus another special tribute featuring the original cast of Rent. And now, please welcome your Tony-winning Lady of the Evening, Whoopi Goldberg.
To the 62nd Annual Tony Awards. Woo! Hey, now, let's have another hand for the amazing opening number from Lion King, celebrating 10 years of bringing families back to Broadway. And as you can tell, this is going to be a big show. I mean, we have tons of performances. We're reuniting the original company of Rent. That's going to blow your mind, blow the roof off. And tonight, in addition to all the nominated musicals and revivals that you're going to see numbers from some of the other shows that are nominated with performances and music. And maybe it'll inspire you to come see a Broadway show where anything can happen. Dreams can come true. So now I'm going to stop talking, because if I do, it'll give the winners an extra 4.2 seconds to talk about how fantastic it is to win a Tony. And I ought to know, because I got one. And here's the man who found out just how fantastic it is also when he picked up a Tony for his performance in 2 Trains Running, currently on Broadway, as the first African-American Supreme Court Justice. Actually, the only African Supreme... No, that's not true. Well, you know I'm talking about Thurgood. Please welcome my friend who went from Larry to Lawrence, the incomparable Lawrence Fishburne.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to present the first Tony Award of the evening, and I know that any actor would be delighted to appear opposite the exceptional women who are nominated for Best Featured Actress in a Play. The intensity of their work, what they bring to their roles, enriches not only the writing, but the performances of their fellow artists as well. Their commitment to their craft is inspiring to us all. The nominees are Sinead Cusack for Rock and Roll, Mary McCormack for Boeing, Boeing, Laurie Metcalf for November, Martha Plimpton for Top Girls, and Rondi Reed for August Osage County. And the Tony Award goes to Rondi Reed, August Osage County.
Rondi Reed wins her first Tony Award for her masterful portrayal of Maddie Fiakin in August, Osage County.
Oh my God is all I can say. All right, I actually wrote a speech, Families. It's about families for us. My family in New York, Broadway, New York City. I have a big love affair with this city. There's no doubt about it. I need to thank the American Theater Wing, the Tony producers, the Tony Awards, our producers, Jeffrey Richards, Gene Domanian, Steve Traxler, Jerry Frankel, the crew, our marvelous #1 at the Imperial and the Music Box, the audiences, the people on the street in New York who talk to us, you cannot believe it. #2, my wicked family, David Stone, for letting me come and do this play and telling me you have to go and do it. My Steppenwolf family, my onstage family, especially Fran Guinan, who I give 80% of this award to for supporting me every night. Amy Morton, Amy Morton, Amy Morton, thank you. Anna Shapiro, Tracy Letts, everyone in my life who has ever put up with me, kicked me in the butt, believed in me, and told me I could do it. And this goes, part of it, to Dennis Letts. Happy Father's Day. Thank you.
Please welcome the writer and director of the films Hairspray and Crybaby, John Waters.
Yes, I'm back. Can you believe it? No, I'm not here to talk about August Osage County, though I do have a warm spot for dysfunctional pill poppers. I'm here to introduce a performance for Best Musical nominee, Crybaby. It's a rockabilly prison number featuring the baddest boy in town, Wade Crybaby Walker, and his class-defying love for a good girl who wants to go bad. One wonders if there are actual prisoners who are watching the Tony Show tonight. Talk about a new minority. Well, if so, I imagine you're a little upset, and so are we. Now please welcome the cast of Crybaby.
I'm just a little upset. I don't mean to be rude. I'd hate to have my fury at the world be misconstrued. Just feel kind of bad. No. Ever so sad. You see, I get that way when they take my girl and fry my mom and dad. If you see me fuss and fret, please don't take it as a threat. It's just sometimes I get a little upset.
Now pick 'em up! Pick 'em up! Pick 'em up!
I'm trying to stay positive. I'm trying not to frown. Get a positive, I smile. If I could tear this prison down. You say I'll get out early if I show you some repentance, but I ain't never been too good at finishing up.
Just a little upset!
Oh, yeah.
Incarceration is our #1 pet peeve. Don't take so hard. We're standing guard.
Oh, hey, look, man.
We wouldn't want this place to leave you. Your life and take start.
From the moment that we met, I've been deeply in your debt for your patience when I get a little upset. keep us apart,
but I'm letting him go.
I'm gonna make a new start. I've escaped to find my darling.
I've paroled him from my heart. Yes, we've sung our last duet.
Baby, it ain't over yet.
All this love stuff makes me get a little upset.
Because brother, you can bet that you ain't seen nothing yet. We're chomping at the bit, and no way we're gonna quit until everyone's a little upset.
Coming up, presentations by Laura Linney, Harry Connick Jr., Liza Minnelli, and Daniel Radcliffe. Plus, performances from South Pacific and Best Musical nominee Passing Strange. The 62nd Annual Tony Awards returns right here on CBS. The 62nd Annual Tony Awards are sponsored by Cadillac, Life, Liberty, and The Pursuit. And by the Bristol-Myers Squibb Santa Fe Pharmaceuticals. From the August Wilson Theater, here's a Broadway spotlight with the cast of Jersey Boys.
Since we won the Tony for Best Musical in 2006, over 1 million fans have seen our show.
But if you can't get to New York, you can still enjoy a Broadway musical. Each year, Broadway tours visit over 240 cities worldwide.
But right now, it's all about what happens at the Tonys.
Oh, what a night.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Commercial break.
Do you see those guys dancing that?
Hi, baby.
Private, reminded me of home. That's how.
What, the prison or the license?
Yeah, the prison, both of it, all of it. Oh, look, what is this? Oh, this is that thank you thing.
Thank you cam, yeah.
That's right. So this is where people come.
They come and they can thank everybody they forgot to thank outside.
Right. So then they could go to CBS.com.
CBS.com, then link on Tony Awards.
That's pretty cool.
It's great.
But you know what? This should actually, they should have called this like the cam when you can come and talk to people who like didn't hire you for jobs and stuff.
Who?
Like, okay, Debbie Allen. I could have been in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. I could have been somebody's big mama. Look at my behind. I could have been Big Mama, you know?
Who else?
Or like Morgan Freeman. Like Morgan. Who's more country than me? I could have been in the country girl. You know, and just roll your eyes and stuff at people. And then wait, who's another one? What? Dave, what?
Camera's on.
You mean the
camera's on. The camera's on.
Hi. We're back. Now, please welcome two-time Tony nominee, Laura Linney. You actually let me show my...
Performing live on stage unites the actors and audiences emotionally and physically so that they're sharing the same space, breathing the same air, living the same moment. Each night offers a new encounter that is invigorating and rewards that are immeasurable. Sharing that experience with our peers is an incredible gift. Appreciating their achievements is an honor. The challenging work of 5 extraordinary men has been recognized with nominations for Best Performance by a Featured Actor in a Play. Those nominees are Bobby Cannavale, Mauritius. Raul Esparza, The Homecoming. Conleth Hill, The Seafarer. Jim Norton, The Seafarer. And David Patu, Is He Dead? And the American Theater Wing's Tony Award goes to Jim Norton, The Seafarer.
Jim Norton earns his first Tony playing the part of the domineering Richard Harkin in The Seafarer.
Oh, thank you so much. This is wonderful. This has to be one of the happiest days of my life. Thank you. This is just great. I mean, I can't believe it. to be nominated in the company of such wonderful actors and to speak Conor McPherson's beautiful words night after night and to experience the warmth and the generosity of spirit of the Broadway audiences and to win this, I mean, that's just the icing on the cake. And I share this happily with my fellow actors in The Seafarer, a terrific team of guys, Conleth Hill, Ciarán Hinds, David Morse, and Sean Mahan. And a big thanks to Bill Haber and his myriad of wonderful producers who brought this truly magnificent play to Broadway. Thank you for that, Bill, and for looking after us all so well. And I can't leave without a big thank you to my wonderful Mary Larkin. We've been together, 36, 37 years, something like that. Without her love and support and her belief in me, I would not be standing here tonight. Thank you so much, and I can truthfully say, I love New York!
Hey, this is Adam Duritz from the Counting Crows. And we're gonna announce the nominee for Best Musical. Excuse me. Can you hands up?
I got it.
Okay, cool. Excuse me.
I'm so proud to be here right now. The first time I heard my friend Stu and Heidi's band, The Negro Problem, was in this tiny record store in London like a decade ago. But when Passing Strange opened on Broadway, it was like the whole world got to hear my favorite band. Or as Stu would put it, they got to feel the real. Passing Strange, created in collaboration with Annie Dorson, tells a story of a young, middle-class African-American man who leaves behind his family and friends to see the world, all the while dealing with his own uniquely Negro problem of how to be himself while passing as the black man everyone else wants him to be. So spin the globe round to a small coffee house in Amsterdam and join me in welcoming my roommate Stu and my friend Heidi Rodewald, their fellow Tony nominees, Deidre Aziza and Daniel Breaker, and all my brothers and sisters in the cast of Passing Strange.
Hey, Mr. LA, I know a place that you can stay. Right next door to here is a nice flat. Yeah, it's okay. So here's the keys.
Oh, you mean?
My keys.
Wow, I mean...
Here is my address, you see. It's really quite a mess, but take them, please. My keys. I got an extra set back at the place, so take mine now, that's just in case you leave. My keys.
And after so long feeling so alone, I feel like picking up the phone and calling up that place called home to say I found a brand new family where I can be that thing called me. No more saying uncle to Uncle Sam. I'm telling LA just where I am. Color me Amsterdam, Amsterdam.
He said the kind of place I wanna be is where no one's cold or scared of me. And then she handed him these, her keys. They said, well, welcome to Amsterdam, welcome to Amsterdam, welcome to Amsterdam. She said, hey, at night, you look like Sodom from top to bottom, a shopping mall of vice, but it's all right with me now.
Yeah, it's all right.
She said it's all right.
Yeah, it's all
and Jerry
right.
Bowen said it's all right.
Yeah, it's all
and Jimi
right.
Hendrix
said it's all right. And Josephine Baker said it's all right. But then Stu said, oh, now whip it on me. Tony say it's all right. Tony say it's all right. Tony say it's all right. Tell me that it's all right. Tell me that it's all right. Tony say it's all right now. Tell me that it's all right. Oh, tell me that it's all right. Tell me that it's all right. Tell me that it's all right. That it's all right. Hey, I want you to tell me that it's all right. Hey, tell me that it's all right. I want you to tell me that it's all right. Hey, tell me that it's all right. Say it, girl, all night. Tell me that it's all right. Hey, see, it's all right, all right. It's all right, all right. It's all right, all right. Woo! Welcome to Amsterdam. This is how Passing Strange does it. Woo!
Coming up, a performance from Best Musical Revival nominee Gypsy. And later, a special performance from the original cast of Rent when the 62nd Annual Tony Awards returns right here on CBS. This classic Tony moment brought to you by Hilton. As a proud sponsor of the Tonys, Hilton celebrates the personal journeys of Broadway's best.
I said, what up, Harry? Yo, what up, Louis? It's a trip to see that you've been living large. You're looking fine, Dolly. Pour the wine, Dolly. You be rapping, they be clapping, we be back in charge. I said, you be rapping, they be clapping, we be back in charge.
Please welcome a two-time Tony winner who will be returning to Broadway this season in Arthur Miller's All My Sons, John Lithgow.
When I was asked to present a Tony this evening, I thought to myself, wait a minute, I think I have one of those. Yes, I do. Two, actually. Right there on the mantle under that little spotlight. How foolish of me to have missed them. And when I learned I'd be presenting in the category of Best Direction of a Musical, I thought about all these splendid nominees and how they managed to do such stellar work, all while enduring the pressure of turning out these huge Broadway hits and somehow doing all of this without casting me. I was available. Frankly, I was a little hurt, but not hurt enough to stay at home watching the show on my big, expensive couch, looking at my Tonys and wondering whether I should invest in a bigger spotlight. So, the nominees for Best Direction of a Musical are Sam Buntrock, Sunday in the Park with George, Thomas Kail, In the Heights, Arthur Lawrence for Gypsy, and Bartlett Sher, South Pacific. And the American Theater Wing's Tony Award goes to Bartlett Sher, South Pacific.
This marks the first Tony Award for director Bartlett Sher. He's been nominated twice, in 2005 for Light in the Piazza and in 2006 for Awake and Sing.
Oh my. I think really there are four sort of extraordinary American artists I have to thank more than anything for this. And they are Richard Rodgers, Oscar Hammerstein, James Michener, and particularly Josh Logan. They were kind of incredible men because they seemed to teach me particularly that in a way I wasn't only an artist, but I was also a citizen. And that the work that we do in these musicals or in any of these plays is not only important in terms of entertaining people, but that our country was really a pretty great place and that perhaps it could be a little better and perhaps, in fact, we could change. And And for this, I'm really very, very grateful to the Lincoln Center Theater, which is really the best theater on the planet, let's face it. And to Andre Bishop in particular, whose idea it was to do this, to Bernie Gersten, to Ira Weitzman, to their incredible staff and board, to my amazing cast, who in their spirit of rebelliousness and joyfulness really guided me all the way, my designers who are my very, very best friends in the world, and to Bernie Telsey Casting, to Ted Sperling, Chris Gatelli, my assistant Sarna Lapine, and to everyone at the Rodgers and Hammerstein organization, to all of them, and particularly to my wife Kristen, who is my collaborator in art and life, and to our daughter, our heroine, Lucia. Thanks, everybody.
Please welcome Tony nominee Jack Klugman.
Thank you. You know, in 1960, I was honored to be nominated for a Tony for my performance as Herbie in Gypsy. It's an eloquent account of the struggle for success and the struggle for love without strings. Stage-struck Mama Rose can do one thing. She can make herself believe anything she makes up. This number shows a manic of optimism and a desire to pursue those dreams at any cost. Now please welcome Tony nominees Laura Benanti, Boyd Gaines, and Barry Lupone in the performance from Gypsy. Thank you.
I'm used to people walking out. When my own mother did it, I cried for a week. Your father did it. And then the man I married after him did it, and now? Well, this time I'm not crying. This time I'm apologizing to you. I pushed you aside for her. I made everything just for her. Oh, no. But she says I can't make her an actress like she wants to be. The boys walk because they think the act is finished. They think we're nothing without her. Well, she's nothing without me. I'm her mother, and I made her, and I can make you now. And I will, my baby. I swear I will. I'm going to make you a star. I'm going to build a whole new act all around you. And it's going to be better than anything we ever did before, better than anything we even dreamed.
Rose, listen.
You're right, Herbie. It is for the best. The old act was getting stale and tired. But the new one, look at the new star, Herbie. She's going to be beautiful. She is beautiful. Finished. We're just beginning, and there's no stopping us this time. I had a dream about you, baby. It's gonna come true, baby. They think that we're through, but baby, you'll be swell, you'll be great.
Clear the decks, clear the tracks. You got nothing to do but
this labyrinth where night is blind. The phantom of the opera is there inside your mind. Sing for me, sing my angel of music.
It's there, my bright and shining Tony.
Sing!
Tony.
Sing for me!
Up next, presentations by Harry Connick Jr., Barry Bostwick, and performances from South Pacific, Greece, and In the Heights. The 62nd Annual Tony Awards returns right here on CBS. The 62nd Annual Tony Awards are sponsored by Lyrica and by Crest White Strips Daily Whitening Plus Tartar Protection. Goes beyond whitening. Earlier tonight, a number of Tony Awards were presented, including a special Tony awarded posthumously to Robert Russell Bennett for his historic contribution in the field of orchestrations. His work is represented on Broadway this season by Rodgers and Hammerstein's South Pacific. The Regional Theater Tony went to the Chicago Shakespeare Theater.
With many thanks to the American Theater Critics Association and the American Theater Wing and the Broadway League, Chris and I are very happy to accept this award on behalf of Chicago Shakespeare.
The Tony Award for Best Orchestrations went to Alex Lockamoir and Bill Sherman in The Heights.
Hi, we're Alex and Bill, and we just pooped our pants a little bit.
Best Choreography went to Andy Blankenbuehler in The Heights.
This past year, every dream that I've ever had has come true.
Best Book of a Musical went to Stu, Passing Strange.
I thought this was gonna happen like an hour from now, so I was like looking for some M&Ms in my pocket, you know, or something, so
Best Revival of a Play went to Boeing Boeing.
We've brought it back to life, resurrected this wonderful, brilliant 60s comedy. Thank you very much.
From The Early Show and Big Brother, please welcome Julie Chen.
With some high-profile shows on the horizon, the Broadway League is already predicting next year will be the best season in recorded history, exceeding last year's record breaker. This season, 36 new productions opened on the Great White Way. Later, you'll hear about the Best Play nominees, but right now, let's look back on the year in plays.
Why do I drink?
Yes, why?
Give me a drink, I'll tell you.
Cyrano, I'm terribly glad to see you.
Only flirt with those you intend to refuse.
Look, you can pay her now or you can pay her later. The money's all moving in the same direction.
If you were a man, I'd have had you beat to death with a rock.
You are the perfect one-woman man.
You can read the labels as well as the next. 22% alcohol.
Leave it to me.
They called him Coffee Cake because he had this bad case of acne and his face looked like a Drake's coffee cake.
Please welcome last year's Tony winner for Best Orchestrations and Best Score of Spring Awakening, Duncan Sheik.
In a musical, the book writer's plot, character development, and scenes provide direction for the composer when he's trying to continue telling the story through songs. And of course, the dialogue is the first stop when looking for a place to steal some lyrics. Earlier tonight, the Tony for Best Book went to Stu for Passing Strange. Now, let's hand out a Tony for Best Score. The nominees are Cry Baby, music and lyrics by David Javerbaum and Adam Schlesinger. In the Heights, music and lyrics by Lin-Manuel Miranda. The Little Mermaid, music by Alan Menken, lyrics by Howard Ashman and Glenn Slater. And Passing Strange, music by Stu and Heidi Rodewald, lyrics by Stu. And the Tony Award for Best Score, which I already opened, goes to In the Heights, lyrics by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
With his first foray onto Broadway, composer-lyricist just won his first Tony.
I used to dream about this moment, now I'm in it. Tell the conductor to hold the baton a minute. I'll start with Alex Lacamoire and Bill Sherman, Kevin McCullum, Jeffrey Seller, and Jill Furman. Kiara for keeping the pages turning. Tommy Kail for keeping the engine burning, for being so discerning through every all-nighter. Dr. Herbert for telling me you're a writer. I have to thank Andy Blank for every spank. Matter of fact, thank John Bazzetti for every drink. Thank the cast and crew for having each other's back, son. I don't know about God, but I believe in Chris Jackson. I don't know what else I got. I'm off the dome. I know I wrote a little show about home. Mr. Sondheim, look, I made a hat where there never was a hat. It's a Latin hat at that. Mom, Dad, and Sita. I wrote a play. Y'all came to every play. Thanks for being here today. Vanessa, who still leaves me breathless. Thanks for loving me when I was broke and making breakfast. And with that, I want to thank all my Latino people. This is for Abuelo Wiesing and Puerto Rico. Thank you.
Please welcome three-time Tony nominee Harry Connick Jr.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Great to be here. Our next nominee for Best Revival of a Musical owns a place of prominence in the pantheon of American theater. It tells the story of two couples whose happiness is threatened by war and prejudice. The hopeful message and utopian vision of a mixed American family is as relevant today as it was nearly 60 years ago when it premiered. Now, with a selection of the show's most memorable hits, here are Tony nominees, my friend Kelly O'Hara, Paulo Schott, Danny Burstein, and the cast of Rodgers and Hammerstein's South Pacific.
We got sunlight on the sand, we got moonlight on the sea.
We got mangoes and bananas you can pick right off a tree.
We got volleyball and ping pong and a lot of dandy games.
What ain't we got? We ain't got dames.
We got nothing to put on a clean white suit for. What we need is what there ain't no substitute for.
There is nothing like a dame, nothing in the world. There is nothing you can name that is anything like a dame. There are no books like a dame, and nothing looks like a dame. There are no drinks like a dame, and nothing thinks like a dame. There ain't a thing that's wrong with any man here that can't be cured by putting him near a girly, womanly, female, feminine dame. Sunny enchanted evening, you may see a stranger. You may see a stranger across a crowded room, and somehow you'll know even then, that somewhere you'll see her again and again. Some enchanted evening, when you find your true love, when you feel her call you across a crowded room, then fly to her side and make her your own. All through your life you may dream all alone.
Once you have found her, never let her go.
Once you have found her, never let her go.
I'm as corny as Kansas in August. I'm as normal as blueberry pie. No more a smart little girl with no heart. I have found me a wonderful guy. I'm as corny as Kansas in August, high as a flag on the 4th of July. If you'll excuse an expression I use, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with a wonderful guy. Oh, wee. I'm as corny as Kansas in August, high as a flag on the 4th of July. If you'll excuse an expression I use, I'm in love. 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 I'm in love with a wonderful guy.
Coming up, presentations by Kristen Chenoweth, Alec Baldwin, Mary Louise Parker, David Hyde Pierce, and a performance from Grease when the 62nd Annual Tony Awards returns right here on CBS. Here's a Broadway League Spotlight with Laura Bell Bundy of Legally Blonde.
Last year, we received 7 Tony nominations, including 1 for Best Costume Design. Mad props to our Tony Award-winning costume designer and the 711 wardrobe people who work on Broadway every night. Bet you guys would have come in handy tonight for all of you nominees out there at Radio City. I hope you win!
Down the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way. You see, look at me. Dreams can come true. Anything can happen on Broadway, honey. I can be Mary Poppins. Yeah, I can watch the kids. But I won't be cleaning your house. My point is, if I can play Mary Poppins, anybody can. Anyway, on with the show. Spitzbox. What the hell? Okay, I understand. First it was the crab costume, now it's this. You realize that I'm higher than the mama from Osage County, don't you? Anyway, please welcome Tony winner, Kristen Chenoweth. Let's go!
Accepting the Tony for Best Performance by a Featured Actress in a Musical is a thrill that defies gravity. Funny. So rather than trying to describe it, I thought I would give one of our fantastic nominees the same thrill. The nominees are Deidre Aziza, Passing Strange. Laura Benanti, Gypsy. Andrea Martin, the new Mel Brooks musical Young Frankenstein. Olga Merediz, In the Heights. And Loretta Obles Sayre, South Pacific. And the American Theater Wing's Tony Award goes to Laura Benanti, Gypsy.
Laura Benanti takes home her first Tony Award tonight.
Oh my gosh! Oh, thank you so much. Hi, Arthur, you're standing. Hi. I have never moved so quickly in my entire life. I almost knocked the camera guy over. Thank you so much. Thank you especially to Arthur Lawrence, not only for standing, but for being the most amazing director in the entire world. I love you so much. Yay, Arthur! Thank you to Patti LuPone and Boyd Gaines for being my family on stage and off. I am so honored to be in your company. Stephen Sondheim, I just worship you. There's no other words. Jay Binder and our incredible producers, thank you for taking a chance on me 10 years ago and never giving up. Innovative artists, my incredible manager and friend, Emily Gerson-Sains, and most importantly, my family, the Benantis, who are here tonight. I love you guys so much. You're my everything. My incredible, beautiful husband, Stephen Pasquale. I love being married to you so much. And a very, very special thank you to my mother, the anti-Mama Rose, and the most amazing woman that I know. Thank you so much.
Please welcome Tony-winning leading actor, Barry Bostwick.
In 1972, back when the country was talking about things like presidential elections and rising gas prices, the word on Broadway was Grease. I should know, I sang it 8 times a week as Danny Zuko. They say I even sang it well enough to get my first Tony nomination. Well, this season, a brand new cast of Grease is back on Broadway to spread the word to a new generation of fans. So now, with a performance from our next nominee for Best Revival of a Musical, please welcome the cast of Wap Bop Loo Bop Wap Bam Grease!
And we throw away conventionality belongs to yesterday. There is a chance that we can make it so far. We start believing now that we can be
Brooke Shields, Marissa Tomei, and a special presentation from a Catered affair, The Little Mermaid, and the new Mel Brooks musical, Young Frankenstein, when the 62nd Annual Tony Awards returns right here on CBS. The 62nd Annual Tony Awards are sponsored by Cadillac. Cadillac congratulates the winner of the Tony Award for Best Performance by a Featured Actress in a Musical. Here's a Broadway spotlight with the cast of 1997 Best Musical Revival winner, Chicago.
After 11 years, we wouldn't be the longest-running revival in Broadway history if it weren't for our incredible orchestra.
But they're just some of the 395 musicians who perform live on Broadway.
Not to mention that red-hot orchestra back at the Tonys. Razzle-dazzle, fellas.
Please welcome an accomplished stage actress recently seen in Broadway in Wonderful Town in Chicago, Brooke Shields.
Each time I come back to Broadway, I am pleasantly stunned by the enormous talent of the men and women who take creative risks 8 times a week to entertain, involve, and stimulate audiences. Their commitment is what live theater is all about. The roles played by the men nominated for Best Performance by a Featured Actor in a Musical are shining examples of the sheer variety of offerings this season on Broadway. The nominees are Daniel Breaker, Passing Strange. Danny Burstein, South Pacific. Robin DeJesus, In the Heights. Christopher Fitzgerald, the new Mel Brooks musical, Young Frankenstein. And Boyd Gaines, Gypsy. And the American Theater Wing's Tony Award goes to Boyd Gaines, Gypsy.
With 5 nominations for acting in both musical and plays, tonight Boyd Gaines earns his 4th Tony Award.
Thank you so much. It just goes to show you what a lot of hard work and a number of well-placed bribes will do for you. I'd just like to acknowledge the guys in my category. It's an honor to be nominated with you, and especially my dear friend Danny Burstein. You will not find a finer actor or a finer person. God bless you. I got to do this wonderful part because Arthur Lawrence and Jay Binder thought of me, asked me, convinced me, and then Arthur guided me with patience and love and terrific work and insight. And I so thank you. Thanks to the creators of the show, Stephen Sondheim and the late Julie Stein. I'm honored to be in this great American classic. I'd like to thank the producers who've been so good to us, have taken such good care of us. Thank you. And I'd like to thank the cast and crew at the St. James and also at City Center. They've been fantastic. We love you, all our stage managers, and particularly the people I get to work with nightly, which are Laura Benanti and Patti LuPone, who are brilliant, such giving and inspiring actresses, and I so love them. I look into their eyes every night, and they inspire me. Thank you so much. I'd also like to thank my wife, Kathleen. I love you. Thank you. I'd love to, my love to my daughter, Leslie, who's in Boston right now with her choir tour. Thank you so much.
Please welcome an Academy Award-winning actress currently on Broadway in Top Girls, Marissa Tomei.
One of the wonders of theater is that it's a shared experience. So as we share Broadway with a national audience, we look beyond the shows nominated for Best Musical and Best Revival. Here's a taste of the new musicals that have 8 impressive nominations among them, from magnificent performances to soaring scores and orchestrations. Please welcome Sierra Bogas as the Little Mermaid.
Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's its and what's its galore. You want thingamabobs? I've got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I want to be where the people are. I want to see them dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them? Oh, feet. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I know something's starting right now. Watch and you'll see. Someday I'll be part of your
Tony nominated for a Catered affair. Here's Faith Prince.
The music won't ever stop, not from the moment you walk through the door. Everything's golden, nothing goes wrong inside the song, in this candlelight, on this perfect night. And then there they are, the impossibly beautiful pair. Just to look at them makes you wake, to care like they care, to feel what they feel, and believe that it's real. This is what getting married should be. And you know from now on, if you ever should hear that sweet song, you'll remember this husband and wife, the lovely young girl in her wedding gown and her flower crown, gliding across the floor in the arms of the man who adores her, the man she'll adore for the rest of her life.
From Young Frankenstein, here are Megan Mullally and Shuler Hensley.
Deep love, at last I found deep love. Been searching for deep love for all of my life. Long love, incredibly long love, a constant and strong love that rids me of strife. Firm love, a gentle but firm love, an unyielding firm love, for this my heart cries. What are you doing? Where are you going? You're walking out on me? Me? Oh, you men are all alike. 5 or 6 quick ones and you're off with the boys to boast and brag. Well, you'd better keep your mouth shut. I think I love him. Deep love, at last I found deep love. Now I will keep love deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, forever in a sun. Forever in a
Coming up, presentations by Gabriel Byrne, Alec Baldwin, Glenn Close, Liza Minnelli, Mandy Patinkin, and Daniel Radcliffe. And later, a special performance featuring the original cast of Rent when the 62nd Annual Tony Awards returns right here on CBS. The 62nd Annual Tony Awards are sponsored by Cadillac. Cadillac congratulates the winner of the Tony Award for Best Performance by a Featured Actor in a Musical. Here's a Broadway League Spotlight with George Wendt and the cast of 2003 Best Musical winner Hairspray.
6 years, 7 Ednas, and 8 Tonys after opening night, the show with big hair and an even bigger heart still can't stop the beat.
150 wigs provide all that big hair, which is maintained by our amazing hairstylists and wig supervisors.
Wigs off to all of you. Now let's get back to the Tonys at Radio City.
Please welcome the chairman of the American Theater Wing, Sandra Gilman, and board president, Douglas Leeds.
The American Theater Wing not only founded the Tonys and presents them with the Broadway League, but we're active all year round.
And we've asked some of our friends at this year's nominated musicals to share their own experiences with some of our other programs that support live theater.
The American Theater Wing is this amazing organization that does so much for students and aspiring young professionals.
They've got programs like the Theater Intern Group and Springboard NYC that open up doors for young people with a passion to get involved.
Students can get the tools they need to pursue a career in this business.
If you want to create a musical or write a play, the Wing has a TV series, Working in the Theater, that has big-name working professionals telling how they got their shows to Broadway.
I've been on Downstage Center, the Wing's satellite radio show, which is this great chance to learn how theater is made from the people who make it.
Hundreds of hours of audio and video are available free and on demand on the American Theater Wing website.
Dream big, work hard, and maybe one day the world will be watching you on stage at the Tonys.
You go to the theater, and somebody who's been at that theater for as long as it's been there scans your ticket, hands you a program, then points you to a seat that was made back when people were skinny. The house lights go down, cell phones, we pray, get turned off, and the stage lights go up, and bam! You're in the world dreamt up by the playwright. The empty stage can turn into anything. Let's try something. Picture a house. 3-story, wood frame house. A big house you'd find out in Oklahoma somewhere. White people live in it. Meet our first nominee for Best Play, August Osage County, by Tracy Letts. First floor, a living room, dining room, a father's study. Upstairs bedrooms, tippy top, the attic bedroom. They got a little money, but this house isn't a comfortable house. All the windows are covered, cause this family's got secrets, dysfunction, addiction. Their 3 daughters grew up here, 2 ran off, but a mystery's brought everybody back together. But mother is about to learn the true meaning of mama's gotta let go.
You're a drug addict.
That is the truth. That's what I'm getting at. Everybody listen. I'm a drug addict. I'm addicted to drugs, pills, especially downers.
The Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Pink Floyd. If you're of a certain age, their music is the soundtrack of your life. Tom Stoppard, he's of a certain age, and he uses this music in the record collection to represent the resistance to communism in his play Rock and Roll. It takes place over 3 decades, from the late 1960s until communism falls in Czechoslovakia, as the Stones play a revolutionary concert.
But look, when the Russians invaded, you would have bet on mass arrests.
The government in jail, everything banned, reformers thrown out of their jobs, out of the universities, the whole Soviet thing, with accordion bands playing Beatles songs. I thought the same thing. I came back to save rock and roll.
Now, I want you to imagine another house. This one is on the coast of North Dublin. It's the setting for Conor McPherson's The Seafarer. It's cold. Steps from upstairs lead down to the main living room. This is where the older brother sits and drinks. A lot. 'Cause he's Irish. Only men live here, and they're lost souls, lost at sea. In a corner is a scrawny little Charlie Brown-looking Christmas tree because it's Christmas Eve, and the men are about to sit down to a card game where the stakes are literally life and death. Because one of the players, a mysterious stranger, has something about him you just don't dig. Say, a faint smell of sulfur?
Fancied your man's wife, didn't you?
Who are you again?
Don't make me say it.
I think that you should just leave.
I want your soul, Sharky.
What?
I want your soul.
Remember that Alfred Hitchcock movie about the spies and the innocent man, where everybody's talking in code saying, the 39 steps, what are the 39 steps? Well, in a comedy by Patrick Barlow, 4 actors play all of the parts to bring the suspense of that Hitchcock movie off the screen and put it live on the stage. With just a few props, a door, a window, this row of empty trunks. The empty space becomes every location, from a country house to the Scottish moors, to a train compartment. The performers use their bodies and a few costume pieces to create dozens of characters and situations. They reinvent, reimagine, and recreate the 39 steps.
Excuse me, Constable! Caught the West End murderer yet?
We'll catch him, don't you worry, sir.
That's the spirit.
All aboard for the Highlands! Anything suspicious, you let us know, sir.
Oh, yeah, don't you worry.
Next up, the Highlands!
Final edition, sir?
No, thank you. All aboard!
So, those are the 4 nominees for Best Play. Some of the most imaginative and thoughtful writing you're going to see on Broadway or anywhere. We will find out which play will take home the Tony Award in just a bit, but right now, please welcome the amazing, he flusters me, the amazing actor, Tony nominated for his performance in Moon for the Misbegotten, the extraordinary Gabriel Byrne.
Thank you. It's because of Jim Norton I became an actor, so I'm really thrilled to be here to see that he won tonight. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure to recognize the terrific achievements of the men and women whose vision and passion bring life to the words of playwrights. Of course, I'm talking about the director, the person whose job it is to collaborate with the actors and the designers to reveal the hidden perspectives of the play. This year's nominees for the best direction of a play are Maria Aitken, The 39 Steps; Conor McPherson, The Seafarer; Anna D. Shapiro, August, Osage County; and Matthew Walker's Boeing Boeing. And the Tony goes to Anna D. Shapiro, August, Osage County.
D. Shapiro takes home her first Tony Award in her directorial debut on Broadway.
Oh my gosh.
This is amazing. I'm pretty sure that the only way that you get to have a life in the theater is if somewhere in your life you come upon a group of people who, although they don't need to, make room for you. And if you're incredibly lucky, that group of people is the Steppenwolf Theater Company in Chicago. And then, if you're really followed by a star, Tracy Letts hands you August Osage County and says, "Wanna?" And then heaven opens up and you get the greatest cast you will ever work with in your entire life. I would just like to thank my parents who blazed this path for me, never made me feel like there was anything trivial about this job. Mom, I so wish that you had Dad to share this with tonight. And I would really like to thank my 6 nieces and nephews who mercifully just think of me as Aunt Anna and don't care about any of this. They just don't. They just wanted tickets to Little Mermaid. And I got them. And lastly, to Jan, who keeps the best spot in the world clear for me, and that is the one right next to him. Thank you so much.
From Alec Baldwin, Mary Louise Parker, and a performance from Best Musical Nominee in the Heights when the 62nd Annual Tony Awards returns right here on CBS. Here's a Broadway League Spotlight with the cast of 2002 Best Musical Nominee, Mamma Mia.
Since opening night, Mamma Mia has been seen by over 30 million fans worldwide.
And when all 39 Broadway theaters are full, there are 48,126 people experiencing live theater.
Now let's go back to more than 6,000 dancing queens and kings at the Tonys. Mamma Mia!
So, our next presenter is an actress who's won a Tony for Proof, where she played a woman dealing with death, trust, and integrity. On TV, she plays a dealer. Please welcome one of the greatest actresses on the American stage, Miss Mary Louise Parker.
I love Whoopi Goldberg. Good evening. It's so wonderful that on this night, when all of Broadway turns out to honor our peers, there are so many incredible performances to celebrate. This season was rich with truly riveting, diverse, and entertaining work. It's now my pleasure to present the Tony for Best Performance by a Leading Actor in a Play. The nominees are Ben Daniels, Les Liaisons Dangereuses, Lawrence Fishburne, Thurgood, Mark Rylance, Boing Boing, Rufus Sewell, Rock and Roll, and Patrick Stewart, A Scottish Play. The American Theater Wing's Tony Award goes to Mark Rylance for Lang Baldwin.
In his Broadway debut, Mike Rylance wins the Tony for his hilarious performance as Robert Lambert.
When you're in town, wearing some kind of uniform is helpful. Policeman, priest, etc. Driving a tank is very impressive, or a car with official lettering on the side. If that isn't to your taste, you could join the revolution, wear an armband, carry a homemade flag tied to a broom handle, or a placard bearing an incendiary slogan. At the very least, you should wear a suit and carry a briefcase and a cell phone, or a team jacket, a baseball cap, and a cell phone. If you're in the woods, the back country, someplace far from any human habitation, it is a good idea to wear orange and carry a gun, or, depending on the season, a fishing pole, or a camera with a big lens. Otherwise, I will wrap it up very quick now. Otherwise, it might appear that you don't know what you're doing, that you're just wandering the earth, no particular reason for being here, no particular place to go. Thanks very much for this.
Please welcome the Tony-nominated leading actor for A Streetcar Named Desire, Alec Baldwin.
As an actor, it's always a thrill to come back to the New York stage to perform for a live audience. As a theater lover, there is perhaps no better reason to come to Broadway than to be inspired by some of the wonderfully moving performances that we saw this season. The women who have been nominated for Best Performance by a leading actress in a play are all at the top of their game and in a class unto themselves. The nominees are Eve Best for The Homecoming, Deanna Dunnigan for August Osage County, Kate Fleetwood for Macbeth, and S. Epatha Merkerson for Come Back Little Sheba, and Amy Morton for August Osage County. And the Tony Award goes to Deanna Dunnigan for August Osage County.
In her Broadway debut, Deanna Dunnigan earns the Tony for her captivating performance as Violet Weston in August Osage County.
This is so overwhelming, and I thought the Imperial was big. There are 3 balconies. It's oh my God. Thank you. This whole year has been entirely unexpected and astonishing. When we started rehearsals in Chicago a year ago on August Osage County, none of us dreamed we would be here. I certainly didn't. After 34 years in regional theater, I never even thought about it. I watched on TV like everybody else. But Tracy Letts wrote a brilliant new American play. Anna Shapiro brilliantly directed it. Steppenwolf mounted it. The Chicago theatergoers ate it up, made us a hit, which interested the New York producers. We came to New York, and New York has embraced us so enthusiastically and with hearts full. I can't get over the reception we've had here. I have to recognize my fellow nominees, and especially my stage daughter, Amy Morton, the astounding Amy Morton. Who should, at the very least, be standing up here with me, and who can do things on stage I cannot do. And I want you to know that ever since I was a little girl, all I ever wanted to do was get people together and put on plays. And now I get to do it on Broadway. Thank you so much.
This is the incredible, talented Lin-Manuel Miranda. Creator and star of our next nominee for Best Musical. Baby, just do your thing. Do it in the Heights. Do your thing.
Okay, got it. Lights up on Washington Heights up at the dawning. I wipe down the awning. Hey y'all, good morning. I am Snavi. You probably never heard my name. Reports of my fame are greatly exaggerated, exacerbated by the fact that my syntax is highly complicated, cause I immigrated from the single greatest little place in the Caribbean, Dominican Republic. I love it. Jesus, I'm jealous of it and beyond that. Ever since my folks passed on, I haven't gone back. Oh man, I gotta get on that. Me and my cousin running, just another dime a dozen. Mom and pop stop and shop. And oh my God, it's gotten too darn hot. Like my man Cole Porter said, people come through for a few cold waters, and the lottery ticket just a part of the routine. Everybody's got a job, everybody's got a dream.
Yo, cuz, look, the lotto numbers.
Take 5 lotto. We sold a winner?
Yo, what's the payout?
96,000.
Damn.
96,000. 96,000.
No me diga.
96,000.
Yo, if I won the lotto tomorrow, well, I know I wouldn't bother going on no spending spree. I'll pick a business school and pay the entrance fee. Then maybe, if you're lucky, you'll stay friends with me. I'll be a businessman, richer than Nina's daddy. Donald Trump and I own the links, and he's my caddy. My money's making money. I'm going from Pro to Modo. Keep the bling. I want the brass ring like Frodo.
Oh no, here goes Mr. Braggadocio. Next thing you know, you're lying like Pinocchio.
I have enough to knock your ass off his axis.
You have a sack full of jack after taxes.
For real though, imagine how it would feel going real slow down the highway of life with no regrets and no breaking your neck for respect or a paycheck. For real though, I take a break from the wheel and we'll throw the biggest block party everybody here. It's a weekend where we can breathe, take it easy.
1, 2, 3, what would you do with 96 G's? I mean, if it's just between you and me. Esa pregunta es tricky. I know. 96 G's. I start my life with a brand new lease. Atlantic City with a Malibu breeze. And a brand new leaf. Or maybe just bleach. Y'all are freaks.
96K, go.
If I win the lottery, you'll never see me again.
Damn, we only joking. Stay broke then.
I'll be downtown. I'll get a nice studio. I'll get out of the rodeo. If I win the lotto,
down the highway of life with no regrets and no breaking your neck for respect or a paycheck.
Yo, it's silly when we get into these crazy hypotheticals. You spread and go ahead, create a set of goals. Cross off the list to pursue them. And with those 96, I know precisely what I'm doing. Yo, it's silly when we get into these crazy hypotheticals. Really no pressure. Go ahead, create a set of goals. Cross them off the list to pursue them. I know precisely what I'm doing. Yo, it's silly when we get into these crazy hypotheticals. Really want some rest? Go ahead, create a set of goals. Cross them off the list to pursue them. And with those 96, I know precisely what I'm doing.
Daniel Radcliffe and Richard Griffiths present the Tony for Best Play. And Mandy Patinkin presents a performance from Best Revival nominees Sunday in the Park with George, when the 62nd Annual Tony Awards returns right here on CBS. The Creative Arts Tony Awards are brought to you by Hilton. Hilton honors the personal achievements of Broadway's creative artists. The Tony Award for Best Lighting Design of a Play went to Kevin Adams, The 39 Steps.
Thank you to Alfred Hitchcock and anyone that ever made a black and white film.
Best Lighting Design of a Musical went to Donald Holder, South Pacific.
I'd like to dedicate this to my mom and to my dad, who is a proud World War II veteran.
Best Costume Design of a Play went to Katrina Lindsay, Les Liaisons Dangereuses.
I don't think there's a costume designer in the business who wouldn't have wanted to do the costumes for Christopher Hampton's play.
Best Costume Design of a Musical went to Catherine Zuber, South Pacific.
I'd like to celebrate this with my fellow designers.
Best Sound Design of a Play went to Mick Poole, The 39 Steps.
I'm just so pleased to win this for a show that has delighted audiences throughout the world.
Best Sound Design of a Musical went to Scott Lair, South Pacific.
A big part of why I'm standing up here is the way they set up the sound for this show.
Best Scenic Design of a Play went to Todd Rosenthal, August, Osage County.
To my mom and dad who are here tonight for your enduring support, happy Father's Day, Dad.
Best Scenic Design of a Musical went to Michael Yergin, South Pacific.
It's just been a once-in-a-lifetime experience to work on this amazing production.
The Creative Arts Tony Awards are brought to you by Hilton. Hilton honors the personal achievements of Broadway's creative artists. Please welcome a Tony-winning actor who's returning to New York and Equus later this year, along with the co-star who will make his Broadway debut, Richard Griffiths and Daniel Radcliffe.
While playwrights experience the joy of sharing their truth with the world, actors are the mere vessel for their vision. Our job is to service the playwright's words and bring life to the characters they create.
The playwright's art has the power to unite the audience in a spirited experience that provokes passion, thought, discussion, and change. The results can be magical and life-altering.
Once again, the nominees for Best Play are August, Osage County, Rock and Roll, The Seafarer, The 39 Steps,
And the winner is... This is fab, isn't it? Thank you. As if by magic. Come on. Play. And the Tony goes to August, Osage County.
Accepting the award for August, Osage County, author Tracy Letts and producer Martha Levy.
I don't know all these people. I assume they're associated with the play. Writing is better than acting. You get to use your words. You don't have to be there 8 times a week. And I can guarantee you that this moment beats the hell out of auditioning for JAG. I see some of you auditioned for that too. I want to thank the Tony Committee for including our play with the other nominees. You know you're in pretty stout company when Mark Twain doesn't get a nomination, particularly Jeffrey Richards, Gene Domanian, Steve Traxler, Jerry Frankel. They did an amazing thing. They decided to produce an American play on Broadway with theater actors. I see some of you are theater actors, too. I want to thank Steppenwolf Theater, Martha Levy, David Hawkinson, our board, our staff, Ed Sobel, Erica Daniels. These people have really helped foster an environment in which this play was made. A special thanks to our Chicago theater community. They are the ones who've made this possible. Thank you very much.
Please welcome the Tony-winning featured actor for Evita, Mandy Patinkin.
This year, a special Tony Award for Lifetime Achievement was presented to Stephen Sondheim. Stephen is unable to be here, but he has asked me to say this. Thank you all, but this award has to be shared with Julius Epstein, Arthur Lawrence, Bert Shevlov, Larry Gelbart, George Firth, Jim Goldman, John Weidman, Hugh Wheeler, and James Lapine. These are the men who created the characters that sang the songs, the situations that gave rise to the songs, and the criticism that improved the songs. They were my collaborators. They are called playwrights. They invent. They make whole cloth out of nothing. They make a hat where there never was a hat. And they don't just write musicals. I would also share this award with Hal Prince, but he has one already. Lifetime achievement has a deadly sound to it, a ring of finality, a faint whiff of, you've outlived your usefulness. And as you get older, you start to believe that. At least some writers do, including me. The problem is that the more venerable you get, the harder it becomes to avoid the fear of not living up to the expectations and praise that are bestowed on you, as in the form of a Lifetime Achievement Award. Nevertheless, buoyed by your encouragement, with more lifetime, I, or rather we, promise you more achievement. Thank you all again. In 1984, I had the glorious experience of working with Stephen Sondheim, James Lapine, Bernadette Peters, and an amazing company of actors when I played George Seurat in the original production of Sunday in the Park with George. Thank you. In the Roundabout Theater Company's dazzling revival, which incorporates 21st century technology, we witness the continuing universal and timeless struggle of the artist. Toward the end of the second act, Seurat's great-grandson is visited by the ghost of his great-grandmother, a subject in the painting. She reassures him that there is much more for the artist in all of us to say, and much more for us to see. Now, from Sunday in the Park with George, please welcome Tony nominees Jenna Russell and Daniel Evans.
I've nothing to say.
We have many things.
Well, nothing that's not been said.
Said by you.
I do not know where to go.
And nor did I.
I want to make things that count, things that will
I did what I had to do.
What am I to do?
Stop worrying where you're going. Move on. If you can know where you're going, you've gone. Just keep moving on. Look at what you want, not at where you are, not at what you'll be. Look at all the things you've done for me. Opened up my eyes.
I want to move on. I want to explore the light. I want to know how to get through to something new, something of my own. the light, something in the sky, the grass up behind the tree.
Look at all the things you gave to me.
Things I hadn't looked at till now. Flower on your hand and your smile.
I would be so
The color of your hair and the way you catch the light and the care and the feeling and the life moving on
together.
We will always belong together.
Just keep moving on. Anything you do, let it come from you. Then it will be new. Give us more to see.
Young man, did you write this?
Did you write this?
Here's a Broadway League Spotlight with the cast of the 2004 winner for Best Musical, Avenue Q.
We're never alone at Avenue Q with 41 puppets, the actors, the audience.
And our crew, they're among the 400 fantastic stagehands keeping Broadway shows running smoothly.
Oh, hold on to your tool belt, sugar.
Now back to the Tonys.
Please welcome three-time Tony winner, Glenn Close.
Sometimes the bravest expressions of our nation's character, Broadway musicals have dared to embrace or attack the social and political influences that drive our popular culture. Revivals of old favorites continue to reach out to new audiences, bringing new awareness and relevance. Once again, the nominees for Best Revival of a Musical are Grease, Gypsy, South Pacific,
There is nothing like a day. Nothing.
Sunday in the Park with George. And the Tony Award for the Best Revival of a Musical goes to Some Enchanted Evening, South Pacific.
Accepting the award for South Pacific, producer Andre Bishop.
Thank you, Tony voters. Bernard Gersten and Bob Boyette and I are most pleased and grateful. South Pacific, as many of you know, is a big, complex show, and there are quite literally hundreds of talented, caring people who deserve to be named and thanked tonight if we only had a little more time. But there are a number of musts. Mary Rogers Gettle and Alice Hammerstein Matthias, brilliant daughters of brilliant men. Ted Chapin and the Rogers and Hammerstein staff, you bravely entrusted the first Broadway revival of South Pacific in 60 years to Lincoln Center Theater, and we really wanted to make you proud. Cast and casting director, designers, choreographer Bart Shear, Ted Sperling and the orchestra, Beaumont Theater, amazing backstage crew, beloved stage managers and company managers, intrepid house manager and ushers, vigilant and indulgent board of directors, and Mr. Bob Boyette, a real gentleman if there ever was one. The success of South Pacific belongs to all of you. And finally, we salute the entire staff, and please forgive my little moment of pride, of a great theater company. You are rarely mentioned, and you deserve our love and gratitude. And Ira, Mr. Musical True Believer, thank you. Finally, Bernie and I are well aware that there are a couple of extraordinary productions of classic, iconic American musicals currently running on Broadway. South Pacific is honored to be in their company this season. Peter, Katie, I love you madly. We thank you all.
Please welcome two-time Tony winner, Lily Tomlin.
That was my homage to Marissa Tomei. I am here to introduce this performance from the Best Musical nominee based on the 1980 movie Xanadu. There are lunatics, adorable lunatics here on Broadway at the Helen Hayes Theater who have used this movie and the music of the Electric Light Orchestra to inspire a hit, one of the giddiest, silliest, sweetest musicals, stage musicals you could ever hope to see. I saw it the other night and I LMAO. The story is very simple. A muse comes to Earth and inspires an artist to open a roller disco. In this scene, the artist begs his muse not to return to Mount Olympus. Please welcome Cheyenne Jackson, Tony nominee Carrie Butler, and the out-of-their-mind cast of Xanadu.
Why do I say, don't walk away? You'll be the way you were before when you don't want me anymore. Don't turn around. Don't ever leave a lonely room where empty days are gathering to meet me when you're gone, gone. How in the world will I go on? All you gotta do is stay. All you gotta do is stay. Don't walk away. Don't say goodbye. Don't turn around. Don't let it die. When shadows fall, when day is done, all through the night, all of my life, don't walk away.
Is it a dream? Oh, when will it end? When everything we've ever known has ended and I'm all alone. Where will I go? Where will she go? Where will I be? The feelings that I've never shown. Maybe I'll find the answers when you're gone, gone. How in the world will I go on?
Don't walk away. All you gotta do is stay. Don't walk away.
Guy Pearce presents the Tony for Best Performance by a Leading Actress in a Musical, and Liza Minnelli presents the award for Leading Actor. Will it be Daniel Evans, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Stu, Paolo Schott, or Tom Wopat? Find out when the 62nd Annual Tony Awards returns right here on CBS. This classic Tony moment brought to you by Visa Signature. As a proud sponsor of the Tonys, Visa Signature celebrates Broadway's most rewarding memories.
Hi, I'm Madonna. And this season I got this microphone's too short. Okay. All right, I'm obeying orders. I'm being punished for not coming to rehearsal today.
You know, every now and then a show comes along that doesn't just change the playing field, but it kind of blows the whole stadium out, and you start over. You're reinventing the game and how we watch it, and the players are totally different. Their message is unique and daring, and our impressions and the way we deal with them aren't the same ever again. Well, this was one of those shows. From the original company of Rent, please welcome Anthony Rapp.
On April 29th, 1996, the look and sound of Broadway is forever changed by a life-affirming musical set in New York's bohemian East Village. Celebrating its 5,028th performance, here's the company of Jonathan Larson's Rent.
Days of inspiration, playing hooky, making something out of nothing. The need to express, to communicate, to going against the grain, going insane, going mad. To faggots, lesbies, dykes, cross-dressers, to me! To me! To you and you and you, you and you. To people living with, not dying from disease. Let he among us without sin be the first to condemn. La vie bohème, la vie bohème, la vie bohème.
I remember how much I loved to sing that incredible music every night. And here to help me remember are my friends, the original cast of Rent.
In the months before we opened, Jonathan Larson told us this about his musical.
Rent is about a community celebrating life in the face of death and AIDS at the end of the 20th century.
He said that this community was inspired by and dedicated by many of his friends living with HIV.
And that's why every character was so well drawn and so loved.
And why the music and lyrics express their thoughts and emotions so perfectly.
Tragically, Jonathan never lived to see Rent, downtown or on Broadway, nor to experience the phenomenon it became.
In the early hours of the day of our first public performance at the New York Theater Workshop, Jonathan unexpectedly died of an aortic aneurysm. It made his message to cherish every living moment unbearably poignant and potent.
We were stunned, but it was clear that if we went on to perform Rent, it would become Jonathan's legacy.
And we committed ourselves to keep his voice and vision in every performance alive.
Rent transformed theater in New York and around the world. It is played on 6 continents and 27 countries. It's been translated into every major language, and it changed our lives.
Thousands of actors have assumed the roles that we originated, and like Rent, millions of fans, we have been inspired by the wit, generosity, compassion, and optimism of Jonathan's words and music.
It's time now to sing out, though the story never ends. Let's celebrate, remember, here in the light of Rent. Remember the love.
Please welcome three-time Tony winner, Liza Minnelli.
Hello. For so many of us, the theater is our home. Big, ain't it? It's also a place for artists to constantly hone their craft. Now, one of the true joys of working in the theater is finding someone who knows more than you do and performing beside them every night, like these men. The nominees for Best Performance by a Leading Actor in a Musical are Daniel Evans, Sunday in the Park with George. Lin-Manuel Miranda, In the Heights. Stu, Passing Strings. Paolo Shot, South Pacific. And Tom Wopat, A Catered Affair. And the Tony Award goes to Paolo Shot. Congratulations.
Paolo Shot takes home the Tony for his charismatic portrayal of Emile Dubec in South Pacific.
This is unbelievable. Liza Minnelli, wow. I have to read the paper. I am very honored to be here to receive this award. It feels like yesterday I was introduced to this theater community, and it feels very good to be part of it now. I have to thank my family, my dad, my mother, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday, Mom. Feliz aniversario. Thank you. My brothers and sisters, Eduardo, for their love and support. My agents, Bruce Zemsky, Alan Green, Cristiane Rossetto in Brazil, and Dominique Hibert in France. The entire Lincoln Center staff, Andrea Bishop, Bernie Genstein, Ara Weitzman, our amazing bar chair, Adam Ziegel, Ted Sperling, Fred Lesson, Mike Brunner, Matthew and Jessica, Philip Rinaldi, Larry, Barbara, my dresser, Mark Kane, Cindy and Lynn, the fantastic cast, my beautiful leading lady, Kelly O'Hara, the Rogers and Hammerstein family. I am proud to play Emile Dubec, this man who opposes war and fights for love. That's simple. Thank you very much.
Please welcome last year's Tony-winning leading actor for Curtains, David Hyde Pierce.
And I'd like to thank Rob Ashford for giving me the greatest dance on Broadway. Sorry, that was unfinished business from last year. At the end of every Broadway season, there's always the debate. Was this a good year? Was it a bad year? Well, judging solely by these 5 actresses and their performances, this has been an extraordinary season on Broadway. The nominees for Best Performance by a Leading Actress in a Musical are Carrie Butler, Xanadu, Patti LuPone, Gypsy, Kelly O'Hara, South Pacific, Faith Prince, A Catered Affair, and Jenna Russell, Sunday in the Park with George. And the American Theater Wing's Tony Award goes to Patti LuPone.
5 nominations in her celebrated 35 years on the Broadway stage. This marks the 2nd Tony Award for Patti LuPone. She won in 1980 for Best Actress in a Vita.
Thank you so much. It's such a wonderful gift to be an actor who makes her living working on the Broadway stage, and then every 30 years or so, pick up one of these. I was afraid to write a speech because I'd written a couple before and they never made it out of my purse. So I'm going to use one of the old ones and add a few names. I want to send out first and foremost all of my love to my husband Matt and my son Joshua. I would be dead without both of you. And to our extended family of friends. This won't take long, I promise. I want to thank my singing teachers, the one I forgot to mention the last time I stood up here 28 years ago, David Vosberg. Esther Scott, my high school inspiration, and the teacher who taught me how to sing, Joan Lader. All of my agents, especially Nevin, Gary, and Philip. Carol Shorenstein Hayes, because I said I would. The acting company, John and Margot. Second Stage Theater, Robin and Carol. City Center, Lincoln Center Theater, Bernie and Andre. City Center Encores, Jack, Michael, Judy, and Arlene. The Ravinia Festival, where my involvement with Gypsy first began. Thank you, Wells and Lonnie. And for Gypsy itself, thank you, Julie, Steve, my beloved Arthur, who assembled and directed the finest, most dedicated cast of actors I have ever had the privilege of working with, and who is an inspiration to all of us in the theater. Thank you, Bonnie, to the designers of Gypsy, the backstage crew, front of house, stage management, ghosts of the St. James Theater, my trusted friend and company manager, Sammy, the dressing room, Angelina, Vanessa, Lyle, and my very own Thelma Ritter, friend and wrangler, Pat, who gives me a shot every single night. I don't know what's in it, but I'm giving the performance of my life. My gratitude to my producers, Roger, Richard, Tom, Jack, Steve, Mark, Ted, Scott, David. Shut up, it's been 29 years! Who took the risk with me? My acting partner, sweet Leanne, beautiful Sicilian sister Laura, and the very wise anchor of our show, my favorite leading man who breaks my heart every night, Boyd, to the real Rose Hoban, who gave all of the women that have ever played this role a part of a lifetime. Thank you. Good night!
7, 8.
Best Musical when the 62nd Annual Tony Awards returns right here on CBS. The 62nd Annual Tony Awards are sponsored by Cadillac. Cadillac congratulates the winner of the Tony Award for Best Performance by a leading actor and actress in a musical. To present the last award of the night, please welcome an Oscar, Tony, Emmy, and
Stop with the Oscar, Tony, everything. I've been here 4 hours with these people. They know it's me. Listen, it's great to be here. Thank you, honey. And we've come to the final award of the night. Seconds from now, this stage will be filled with producers. And you've seen the performances of all our nominees for Best Musical. Once again, they are Cry Baby, In the Heights, In the Heights and Strange, Xanadu, and the winner, the 2008 Tony Award, goes to In the Heights.
Accepting the award for In the Heights, producer Jill Furman.
and chasing your dreams. And I know I speak for everyone in the Heights family when I say we chased our dreams and they've been realized. So thank you to our Broadway family, to everyone in the league and the wing for helping to make our dreams come true.
Listen, I want to say Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there, to my brother and my brother-in-law. I want to say this has been the greatest night in an actor's life is when an actor's spirit springs to life. And because of an audience, you're the ones we have to thank the most. New York, come to New York and see a Broadway show. Come see any of the shows that you saw and love the theater. We'll see you next year. Good night.